it's Aseel Soueid, and in this video, I am going to be taking you all through a 1-week body transformation with step-by-step extreme fat loss tips. So what you all just saw was a physique update 1 week apart. So I went to the exact same place with the same lighting at the same time to ensure that you guys can see specific physique changes and how much fat I lost in just 1 week. And in this video, I'm going to share with you all the best extreme fat loss tips with 5 steps you can follow to immediately begin losing fat fast, and exactly what I did the last 7 days to lose so much body fat and just accelerate fat loss when it comes to shredding. A lot of you watching this video right now can't lose fat and keep it off because of one thing, and that one thing is a diet. So let me show you all the exact things you have to be focusing on with your diet to lose fat fast and keep it off for good. Step number 1 that I want to show you all that has completely helped me this past week and what I'll be doing moving forward is sticking to an 80-20 diet. What that means is that 80% of everything I'm eating comes from whole unprocessed foods. Things like what you're seeing for my first meal of the day on this specific plate. We got sweet potatoes, boneless, skinless chicken thighs. So these are high protein, filling, wholesome meals that will keep you full and sticking to a calorie deficit. So most of you guys know, or at least basic knowledge to lose fat is to stick to a calorie deficit, which means burning more calories than you're consuming. And the easiest way to do that is to make sure you're replacing a majority of all your foods with these whole unprocessed foods, or at least I like to say 80% of your entire diet. Now, I say 80-20 split because you have to follow something realistic and sustainable, so you should be including little treats and things you crave. So that's why I like to say 20% of that can come from those specific foods, as long as you're in a calorie deficit at the end of the day. Step number 2 here, I know I'm giving you all a lot all at once. I gotta fill you all in on this because it's very important. So step number 2 is to actually eat more calories. A lot of you guys immediately begin starting a calorie deficit and eating nothing but these whole foods, but you're drastically under eating because you want to lose fat so fast. So if you're on a 1200 calorie diet daily, you're only going to be able to stick to it for a couple days, maybe a week. And then what's going to happen is you're going to binge on unprocessed foods. That 80-20 diet is going to be 100% unprocessed and about 5,000 calories for the day. And you're going to completely eliminate that calorie deficit you worked hard on. You want to eat more calories, be on a smaller calorie deficit. I'd recommend about 300 to 500 daily. That way you keep those 20% unprocessed foods that satisfy your cravings, and then you're eating those 80% whole unprocessed foods that fill you up, have you feeling healthy and full, and you're keeping a controlled calorie deficit where you're not drastically under eating. You're eating more calories, but you're filling yourself up and giving your body what it needs. Things like these delicious sweet potatoes, which by the way, yes, have cinnamon in them. That is an absolute cheat code. Oven baked sweet potatoes with cinnamon. Give it a try and thank me later. Along with these boneless, skinless chicken thighs, a lean protein source. So that is exactly what I've been doing the last week, and man, has it helped me tremendously, especially coming off a bulk where I ate a little bit too much. Now, what I'm about to share with you all is going to leave you looking more muscular as you're dropping body fat. And if you undershoot this specific step, you're actually gonna be looking more skinny fat as you lose fat. So listen up, step number 3 is going to be to follow 0.8 grams of protein per pound of body weight. That is going to be the perfect amount of protein you're going to need to be consuming in order to retain muscle mass as you're dropping fat and even build a little bit of muscle. So I always get asked, how much protein do you really need? And 0.8 grams of protein is the perfect amount to at least start with efficiently providing your body with enough protein. Especially if you're not used to eating a lot of protein, this might seem difficult, but when you follow the first 2 steps, especially when you're replacing a majority of your foods with high protein, whole unprocessed foods, the 0.8 grams of protein per pound is gonna get a lot easier for you. Just for example, if you weigh 200 pounds, you're going to need about 160 grams of protein. That will be perfect for you as you drop body fat to actually look muscular at the end of your extreme fat loss phase. A lot of people do not eat enough protein and then they end up looking skinny fat and even end up looking a little bit worse at the very end after losing weight. Nobody wants that. You want to put on a little bit of muscle and really get your muscles to pop. That's what's going to accentuate your physique. Now hear me out here. What I'm about to tell you all is the complete opposite of what most people mention to you if you're trying to focus on extreme fat loss in the gym. And with that being said, step number 4 is to focus on building muscle. When you're at the gym, your only goal to tell your mind and your body and your soul is to pack on lean muscle mass. Even if you're on a calorie deficit, you don't have as much energy, you can still push more strength in the gym when you're focused on losing fat. About 90+% of you guys can both lose fat and build muscle on a deficit as long as you're doing the right things in the gym. So I recommend making sure you're on a proper workout plan that hits every muscle group twice per week, and you're doing at least 10 to 20 sets per muscle group every single week, and you're gonna be fine. Just make sure you're pushing your strength. You have to give your muscles a reason to stay when you're here. Now that I'm done weight training for the day, I want to share with you all step number 5. Now, this could really accelerate fat loss when used correctly. So listen up. Step number 5 is going to be to use cardio routinely. So most people just focus on burning as many calories as possible through cardio once they get inside the gym. But your priority, like I mentioned in step number 4, should be building muscle and focusing on your weight training. Then you should use cardio in a routinely manner, which for me is post-workout for about 15 minutes after my sessions a couple of days per week. So I always do this and slowly increase it the faster I want to lose weight or the more I plateau with my weight loss. So you should be doing something specific with a goal in mind for it to be more progressive. Something like low intensity steady state cardio. You can control how hard this is, how many calories you burn. For me personally, I like to do 3.2 speed and 12 incline on the treadmill for about 15 minutes post workout. And then when I want to lose fat more or I'm just stalling with my weight loss or fat loss, I'll just do 20 minutes every single week. Then I'll do 25 minutes after another month or 2. So that's how I use cardio routinely for extreme fat loss. It's just more in a planned, routine, proper way rather than just focusing on doing as much as possible. Before I go, I want to share with you all a bonus step, and that is to focus on maintenance. Look, I understand doing whatever it takes to get to your fat loss goal, but once you get there, you have to focus on staying there and maintaining your goal physique. A lot of times, the hardest part about getting into shape is to stay in shape. You can't fall back into your old habits before you started your fat loss journey. But what I can guarantee, if you follow these 5 steps that I've shared with you in this video, it's going to be a lot easier to stay in shape once you actually get there. But that is going to wrap up my 1-week body transformation. I share with you all of my step-by-step extreme fat loss advice that's really gonna help you take things to the next level. And just to be clear, this is just 1 week of my cutting results. So if you guys wanna see a 4-week progress video, let me know in the comment section down below. I hope you all enjoyed this video, found it helpful, informative. If you did, smash the like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell so you're being updated on new videos every week. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see every single one of you in the next video.